Welcome to the Art of Badassery's Mindfucks with Mahara, where we strip down the spiritual BS and hand you the truth your soul's been begging for. I'm your host, Mahara Wayman, and today's episode is called Sovereignty or Bust. Stop outsourcing your power to gurus, guides, and glittery quick fixes. This is one of those classic Shadow Queen lessons, the kind that stings before it liberates, the kind that drags you off your knees and back onto your throne. Crown is dented, but still shining. Are you intrigued yet? Here's the truth. If you're tired of feeling like you've tried all the things, the courses, the coaches, the ceremonies, the crystals, the journaling rituals, the sound baths, the womb healing intensives, the $2,000 abundance activations, and you're still secretly wondering why you feel so hollow, it's not because you're broken. There's nothing wrong with you. It's because you've been handing your damn crown away and wondering why your head feels naked. All right, let's start this episode with a confession. Guess what? I've been there. Oh my God, I have lived there. I used to treat personal growth like an Olympic sport, sampling every course, buying into every shiny guru, convincing myself this one is it. This is the magic oil. This is the key. That's going to make all the difference in my business and in my world. And honestly, I thought I was being clever about it. I told myself, I'm just putting my toe in different pools, testing things out, fingers crossed behind my back, just in case one turns out to be the ocean that I've been searching for. Spoiler alert, none of them were. Some were beautiful, yes, absolutely. Some gave me tools that I still use today, but most left me lighter in the bank account, heavier in shame, and even more convinced that I must not be ready yet, because if they had the answer and it didn't work for me, then maybe I was the problem. Sound familiar? Well, it's a slippery slope we don't want to be on. And I want to be clear. We don't fall into this pattern because we're stupid. We fall because we've been conditioned since forever to believe that someone else knows better. Think about it. As kids, we're taught to listen to parents, teachers, priests maybe. As adults, we're told to defer to bosses, experts, authority figures. We're rarely taught to trust ourselves. So when it comes to our growth, healing, and spiritual awakening, of course we look outside. It's the only model we've known. Someone else holds the map. Someone else gives us the gold star. Someone else decides if we're, quote, ready or not. But here's the Shadow Queen's sucker punch. Sovereignty doesn't live outside of you. And every time you buy into the idea that it does, you're bowing when you should be reigning. How are you feeling about this so far? Well, here's how it played out for me. Every new course came with a dopamine hit. Finally, the solution. I would binge the modules, fill the notebooks with notes, or sometimes not, depending. And then I would stall because something in me resisted. And it's not because the content was useless or bad, but because I was trying to graft someone else's crown onto my own head. And when it didn't fit, cue my inner critic. Christ, she was loud. You're not disciplined enough. You didn't follow through enough. You're not spiritual enough. You're just not enough. You're not enough. You're not enough. You must be broken if it worked for them, but not for you. I internalized failure when in fact there was none, because the real failure was outsourcing my sovereignty in the first place. Okay, let's bring in the Trinity because this is their playground. The Shadow Queen, in her immature form, loves to burn it all down, ditch the mentor, chase the next one, smash the cycle, but never learn the lesson. But in her mature form, she takes your chin in her hand, stares you down, and says, your crown never left you, baby. Stand the fuck up. Now, your inner critic is the sly whisperer. You know her. You can't possibly lead without their blueprint. You're going to screw it up. You're not quite ready. You're going to embarrass yourself. Divine Guide, on the other hand, as you know, is the steady voice beneath the noise. You already know. Every blueprint you need is etched in your bones. You can receive guidance, yes, but you must filter it through your own sovereignty. Now, the Trinity doesn't ban guidance, of course not, because this is what I do for a living. I guide. They just refuse to let you confuse it with salvation. So you put it where it needs to be. Okay. At the core of this entire mess is the worthiness wound. I mentioned it in some previous podcasts. That's the deep, gnawing belief that says, I'm not enough, I don't know enough, I'm not ready yet. Someone else holds the real key, everyone's better than me. And that wound is a slippery little bitch because it loves to disguise itself as diligence, right? You tell yourself, I'm just learning more. I'm just preparing. I'm just waiting until I have the right certification or the right teacher or the right title. But the truth is, well, that's just procrastination dressed up as spiritual devotion. Sovereignty isn't something you earn after a dozen retreats. It's something you claim right now. It's messy, incomplete, and it's worthy as hell anyway. Now let's talk about the glitter. I mentioned that earlier. Because the quick fix industry is thriving off your sovereignty leaks. Does this sound familiar? Manifest 100K in 30 days with my sacred funnel hack. Meet your soulmate by next weekend through my tantric text templates. God, that's a mouthful. Unlock ancient codes of abundance with this one weird chakra chant. Sounds ridiculous when I say it out loud, but be honest. Haven't you felt the pull? Haven't you thought, God, I hope this one's the shortcut? I know I did. I was seduced by the glitter, the sugar rush promise, the idea that healing, growth, or abundance could be microwaved and served hot in 30 seconds or less. People, it takes work, and it's okay to do the work. Sovereignty laughs at shortcuts. It really does, right? Sovereignty says, well, you can use the tools, but you must wield them. No one wields them for you. All right, let's go deeper now. Again, not if you're driving, please, but this is a bit of a check-in with your body. Close your eyes for a moment. Picture yourself crawling at the feet of a guru, begging for their crumbs of wisdom. Notice the way your body contracts. Your shoulders hunch a little. Maybe your breath is coming in short. The energy feels really small. Okay, now picture yourself on your throne. Crown is steady. Your back is straight. Your feet are grounded. Taking in some deep breaths. Do you notice the difference? One shrinks, the other one's expansive. And right there, your body is telling you the truth. Crawling feels like constriction, and sovereignty feels like expansion. So the next time you are tempted by glittery promises, check in with your body. It already knows if you're bowing or reining. All right, let's look at how to spot when you're outsourcing your power, and we want to get really practical here. Here are some signs that you are outsourcing your sovereignty. You keep buying programs but never finish, or worse, you never implement. Okay, I'm putting my hand up here because I do have that. You obsessively ask, what would my coach do? Instead of asking, what do I want? What could I do here? You follow a dozen gurus and feel more overwhelmed after consuming their content. I'm putting my hand up here too because I have experienced that. And last but not least, you feel smaller, not bigger, after sessions or workshops. Well, that's not empowerment, guys. That's dependency. So how do we reclaim sovereignty, right? We want to take our damn throne back. Number one, name it. Call it what it is, a sovereignty leak. No more excuses. Number two, pause. Before you invest, ask, am I buying support or am I buying salvation? And this really does require us to be tuning in to the story that we're telling ourselves, okay? Number three, filter it with the Trinity. To your shadow queen, ask, am I bowing? To your inner critic, am I just afraid? What's going on here? And to your divine guide, fantastic question no matter what does my inner compass say? Okay, number four, practice throne sitting. I love this one. Literally, imagine yourself on your throne every day. Let your nervous system feel what sovereignty is so you can get used to it. And last but certainly not least, choose mirrors for yourself, not masters. A true mentor hands you a mirror, not a leash. Okay, so let me be real clear here. I am not anti-guide. I am a guide. Guidance is sacred when it's done right. But the best guides don't want your crown. They don't need your worship, and they aren't trying to keep you dependent. They are mirrors, they're catalysts. They're allies who remind you of what you already know. That's my job, to do that. I'm not here to tell you how to run your life. I'm here to ask you great questions so that you figure it out for yourself. If you ever feel smaller in someone's presence, if you ever feel you need them to survive, if their whole pitch is follow me or stay broken, run like mad. Seriously, don't even question, just turn around and get the frick out of there. Because sovereignty doesn't come with a leash. All right, I want to do a mini throne practice right now. So sit nice and tall or stand nice and tall if you're walking. Place your feet on the ground. Well, of course, if you're walking, you're already on the ground. But imagine a golden thread pulling your spine upright. Got it? Okay, now picture your shadow queen placing a crown on your head. It's heavy, grounding, and undeniable. Feel this into your body. How did your energy shift when you imagine that crown? And by the way, feel free to have fun with that crown, right? Does it have jewels on it? Lots of little pointy things? I'd love to know what that looks like. Now I want you to whisper, I am sovereign. I take counsel, not commands. Just notice the energy that floods in. This is sovereignty in real time. I am sovereign. I take counsel, not commands. All right, here's my challenge for you this week. Journal before you buy anything, and ask yourself, am I seeking a savior or a supporter? Before you ask for advice, ask yourself, what is it I already know about the situation? What do I already know? And start each day by saying, I am the sovereign of my life. I take counsel, not commands. 3 simple steps. Simple, profound, and life-altering. Okay, let's wrap this all up in a beautiful bow. Here's the raw truth. Sovereignty isn't glamorous at first. It's gritty, sometimes lonely, and it can be very confronting. But once you reclaim it, you stop being a seeker and you start being a sovereign. You stop being a follower and you start being a leader. You stop waiting for permission slips and you start writing your own decrees. The Shadow Queen teaches us sovereignty or bust. Don't hand your crown to anyone else and take your damn throne back. Well, if this landed, I do invite you to share it with the women in your life who need to remember their crown. And if you're ready to deepen this work, to meet your Shadow Queen, face your inner critic, and awaken your divine guide, the Trinity transformation could be your next step. Glitter won't save you. Gurus won't crown you. Your throne is waiting, and it's yours. This was Mindfucks with Mahara. Here's to you. I hope you have an amazing week, and I'll see you next time. Check out my website for more info, www.mindfulnesswithmahara.com.